короче, дропнул я Star Wars команду, команду без позора, потому что игра говно вообще полное. А еще у меня игра вылетела и не засейвилась вот в конце, то что на время уходило. Короче, бред полный. Архетип. А, 6,2. Наверное, так. Хотя уже так что просто выбрать что-то. Интеллект 1. Что значит плюс внутренний? Какой-то баф еще? Ламп. Вообще драка.
nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of ever. Never, ever. Never, ever, ever, baby. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. I know you do, baby. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Do you really?
Ой, нет. Блин, переиграть я скрипт. Конечно.
Alright. Nothing town to fuck all borough. Do you want me to upgrade that to a one-way trip, sir? The song of death is sweet and endless. But what? Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a
Somehow, you know what it is. A Caprice Canema motor carriage. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your hand, abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm. Good call. Go ahead and try something if you like. Or, stop staring into the mirror.
Опасно.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Странно. Это дверь. Пожалуйста.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. The blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your for quite a long time, still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying.
Чик-чик.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days on official couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Что это вообще?
Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the word. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
Yes. The dock workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city. You're in a hostel, sir. We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in.
You sure look like you're from Revachol. Revachol.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranier.
It's 51. The current century? Centuries don't have numbers, they have names. And this is the current one. Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization. There was the usual ruckus, loud disco music. I couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, a slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it. Yes, there was a church in there, a really small church, like the smallest, saddest church in the whole. That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now, it was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boy. Don't be. I was going out later anyway. Then you started screaming and trashed the place. No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. A window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out. There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then. Around 4 or 5. Glad to have been of assistance.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Exactly. It's measured through a PA system by other people. Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose. You should sing the sad small church song from that tape you found. Thought it was up. No, don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. You would need another copy of the tape first, though. The one upstairs is destroyed. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird looks like the bird was ripped off the shield This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right.
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it. Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Yes, you are. A real What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike. No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even... No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always...
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot. As you approach, he narrows his eyes. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man...
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Prison 57. You must be from...
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Ну, короче, не знаю.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the place. Right. And the interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a... Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice.
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But if you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. After you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer. And have you found anyone to be sweet to?
Подмигнуть.
The mating rituals aren't the good part, sweetie. I know it's none of my business, but I suppose all of us do it one time or another. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scattered. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad. Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. In a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most... I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. Speaking of history, you know what year it is. That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there. But
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Это я не знаю. Вот это я думаю.
Oh, no. Nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an
she's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying.
Oh, dear. This is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does look like you're having trouble remembering.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, a defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. It has something to do with everything. Someone more educated in sweeping, Matt.
No. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guy.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
It seems to me that you lucked out with your partner. He has the look of an upstanding officer of the law. Of course, dear. Good luck with your
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41?
Я сейчас в активном поиске.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many...
But you still know your way around, yes? In case...
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian... Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he...
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your... What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of... That's Cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't.
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place... But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? In time or space? That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time.
Стоп, блядь.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemon? On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. The man does not mind. You probably need...
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? What do you mean? We're in Martinez, sir. This intersection is called... There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more the harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge just coast. There's a little fish. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. No problem. Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying, well, as you probably know.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had. Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning. She shifts in her seat awkwardly.
Of course. I won't hold you back.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center. This button looks new, but someone has...
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic. Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling-in rags. This is point A. And then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry. According to the driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building, before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage-friendly city. I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there.
Я прям сейчас встречу.
This Post Levantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes. The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the...
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder.
Что делаешь?
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness.
Oh yeah, nappa gumpy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
It's loving in the dick.
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like 2 black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throw.
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning!
Kuno's riding it, see?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at...
The fuck Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno is not a gardener.
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such. You will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
The fuck are you talking?
He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
All right, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there?
Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno.
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not,
The usual being. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone. Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno was... I don't know. Some fucking... Mesk or... I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno...
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You wanna know where Kuno was?
Oh, don't tell him that, Kuno.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Looks like you're a faggoty now, whatever that means.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
The fuck are you calling a third person?
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're...
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Help! Misters, help! He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his... No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you. Change of plan. You can't let that happen. It will make things harder.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
You put him up to this yourself when you decide.
Listen to your friend. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno in the eye. Look,
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that? I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up.
Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that.
I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna You're nothing! You're a joke to Kuno! Kuno laughed!
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be...
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
You don't talk to me about my fucking peeper! You don't know where I come from! You just Kuno's bottom bitch!
Okay. Kuno is kind to his bitch. Ash
Click, 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 click!
Эмпатия легендарна. Как вообще?
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Да иди отсюда, что я вообще ненавижу. Просто бесячишь.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "The body is downwind from here." Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage.
We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Ra-
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in. I'm going away for a long, long time.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me.
Don't be traumatizing her.
А,
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow. Cop's gonna blow, Kuno.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs. Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear? Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. 1. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toe. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as
да,
it is.
English.
The cold must. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it. 7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can... A woman? Or a kid? Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Let's name it the old soul. Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer? A drummer only uses their right foot for the kick drum. You're right, it's stupid. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you, looking south toward the traffic jam instead. The machines are silent. The engines.
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us.
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could...
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears...
Indeed. They all stood in a row here. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's...
Either way. What else?
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. Because it's nice and orderly, well-laid pallets, rhythmic pattern, calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material.
Да, похоже на то. Что походу, что странно. Yes.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that. The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills you.
Думаю, если бы я отошел, то он не всех.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach, your body, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
Так. Это мне интересно все-таки.
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material.
О, можно и правой кнопкой, типа, смотреть. Все, может, короче, будет.
Hello again, officer? Sure, I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to...
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out.
I thought as much. And are you the...
Well, yes. Us and...
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Krasmazov? Almost all establishments in Rev...
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism.
No one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
Callous? What are you?
He killed himself.
No one was implying...
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kit... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the night. They come here in the evenings. Dumb,
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad... Your body is ready, sire.
А время идет.
This trash container with a well-oiled crack. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Just the feeling. A warning from some part. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are among the threadbare kitchen towels, some as the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that...
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that for... Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just...
The fuck's he on about, kids?
See?
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and... What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly...
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Well, lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, organized crime and the like. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man, only in its social sensibility. The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not, oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you... It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's a metaphor for you. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and... An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the paper stick. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling.
What? That thing. It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and...
Maybe yours will have how many cases, how many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, It's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in... Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating... It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. That's okay. We all do, sooner or later.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literal... A title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from... Yes, all caps. One is called... The others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the... It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done...
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. I pray his loved ones never find out. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letter. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. Your things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality.
No, actually. Any ideas? Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paper. But they appear pleasantly vague. These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field audit. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork, it's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for the plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. Something rattles inside. Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The plastic shimmer with your hands. You 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the
Не
board.
знаю, можно ли как-то сохраняться, потом пробовать. Если я его сейчас порву.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base
Нет.
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41. Then, date of initialization. Why, yes, your precinct number, every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start? This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely cause of failure. Rent, the mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes. True love is possible only in the next world. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the case files do not show you fine. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villa Lobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, a staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us. Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the... The 2 sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If the slides snap back into place, it should be possible without resistance, or 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It smells of chewing gum. A touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped. A young woman in her 20s. There is care. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter, so you can throw it away, please. A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it. Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out, every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Прикольная картина. Я умер.
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery. Just, well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness he's grasped.
The call when you're dead.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex we call it because it's always there.
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. It's like
There is no Voyager Road. There are no... You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No.
oh, but you are. They're pouring.
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness. In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's bath.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself, as it pours down your parched throat.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive?
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on...
What happened? That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past...
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
Да уж. Журнал неудачи ненависти. Я не понимаю, что это. Буду платить.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is all it does now.
Подожди. А, просто какие-то мысли. Рефлексия. Показываю мозг. Наверное, отгадывался. Или нет? Окей. Решение вроде. Может не взять что-то там, чтобы он мне Где эти очки?
The ammonia only makes it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. When the vomiting is done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Все равно не смог.
Nor does the wind right now.
The weight is reassuring, like a crenel on solid fortification. Pat, pat, pat.
I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder. I've seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there, if I think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too. No. This is a two-man assignment because it needs 2 officers to complete. You need to get your shit together. We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now. Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Выберите и завершите мысль. Полчаса. Надеюсь, из стольких мыслей у него больше не появится.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service? CS Municipal.
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here last and when. This will have to be... Thank you anyway.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my stuff. None of us would tamper. Yes? Another thing. Great. Yes?
Hello again, sweetie. Yes, dear. I'm a
A
paraplegic.
paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about...
Before you stands a motorcab. Vapor emanates from the large. This must be the infernal machine. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the
The dashboard lights up, with orange glow. The lights unfold with a little click.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done. We just need to stand in front of the machine now.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street
There she is. Revachol West.
around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol.
Let me see. Right here. Oh yes. Coal City.
There are many of them, and they are divided into three. The first row has 18 dots. The next is the longest. It runs all the way around. There are so many, it's hard to count. More, the last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers. Often,
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? That's what it says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. Fair point. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM, call it what you want. You were a valuable member, right? Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, there are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve it, but it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for. Yes. Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Anything's better than annihilating yourself with...
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab. The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if start.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going...
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch, a metallic drawer, slides out from under it.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your... Useful for opening all sorts of... The handles are long and sleek. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on a metallic drawer. The pull-out toolbox, the frequency tableau lights up, and the green button, the soft purr of electrical kittens.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5, this is 45.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large... The man uses relay code.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. 10-18, state your message, sir. 10-4, I hear you. I don't have the authority.
Is it him? What does he want?
He says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything.
Alright, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's important.
He isn't getting a...
Request denied, sir. Over. Anything else, sir? Over. Ten-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a very...
Any other good news?
He's saying he lost his...
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieu. You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Wittmar, sir.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen.
Oh.
Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
Ten-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Cat.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his...
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? Okay, it's gone. Your...
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Блин. Что это вот?
Ten-1, you're breaking up. 10-9, repeat, please. 10-9, come in, officer. Over. Come in, officer. 10-9.
Just say you lost your gun. Anything else would only make the situation worse here.
He says he...
Dear God, he lost his gun. Oh my... This isn't real.
Mac can face a giant of cocoa.
Oh, I can't. Fuck. He lost his...
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
The fuck?
He acknowledges your joke and asks you to
Lay off. Lay off.
Satellite Officer 10-4, affirmative. Officer is...
Oh God,
Officer, do you need further assistance? Okay.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone.
10-4, sir, I'm not hearing your question.
Блин. Он там нет.
10-9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
What? What is it?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Да, блин.
Does he actually want something?
He asked if he ever told me.
For God's sake, cut this.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vikmar says. So, was there anything else?
Почему не может назвать?
10. Excuse me, sir. Come again, sir. I didn't get that. 10-9. Over. That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12. Visitors present here. Over.
What? What is it?
He wants to verify.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen. Hijack.
Tell him to stop wasting.
What do you need, sir? Over. 10-4.
Hold up, Jules. He doesn't
Seems like it.
No, fuck him. Don't tell him anything.
Sorry, sir. Anything more? 10. No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed. Understood, sir. Over. Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Только
Of course.
посмеялись.
What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is...
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with...
Officer, I have Sylvie Malay. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly?
Why not?
What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into... I already said I don't want to talk about this. You mean, why did I leave...
Why not?
Let's just say I left because I... You know whom? What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't... I already said I don't want to talk about this. No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people don't have the money to have the cables put in again.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one...
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the corpse. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez...
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
I don't know what to tell you, officer. I didn't call you because I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. Yeah, go on. Yes, I know who you are. You're...
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend... I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, "It almost looked like you pawned it." But believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir. I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective? I do hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye.
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
I'm not mad, it's just... You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. The stuffed bird, the great skua, you threw it against the wall while screaming. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in Whirling. I really liked her. Yes, obviously. You were the worst. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No, We Go On by the O.O. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that. Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant. And I don't want to. And then you screamed something about how you're a piece of shit human being, and why does anyone even let you work as a policeman? That you'd fire yourself, but you can't even do that. And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening... No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. Wait, really? No, this is absolute... No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him, maybe. Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take all sorts of things. From disco, rock too. So much disco and rock. Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most. The later it got, the more...
Interesting. You still have to find a copy, though, before you can blast it. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox.
Столько времени теряю. Время есть.
Volumetric ship compressor. Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist.
А, то есть оно навсегда. Можно забыть. Ого. Давайте прокачать стойкость.
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your guess.
Коп при пушке.
Yes, sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go? No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Wow. Okay. Fuck off.
I am a gander and a hunter and
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
from another planet.
Hey there. It's the jam, my man. It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout. Yeah, imagine. So tell me, what do you need? He ain't one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the...
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor. A sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up. Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new... I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side.
Anything else? Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days.
He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath a cool exterior.
Oh, high-grade narcotics.
Relax. He's merely joking.
Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. I've got another haul of found cargo. Mostly sporting. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately. We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. The bosses won't be happy. This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Но маленький шанс.
Don't be a stranger.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal. Not a good track record of mental health in that family. What did he do? You have no idea. High above you, the king.
Понятно. 72%.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to the photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century. As golden, no response. Wherever this woman is, you're...
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone. Why? I just told you.
I can't believe it's snowing again. It felt like spring.
О, проснулся.
Can I help you? Wait, what? But what about the... Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left. You broke the skewer!
I assure you it was him.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer? I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps...
All right. Did she say anything else? About me, you know? Did she say anything about me? Really? I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...
Печенье.
thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood. As you step in, he nods toward the table. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec. Please. It's not funny. The man puts his cup down and replies something. His left hand, he smiles and bangs his ladle against each of his pots. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Yes. I suppose it's worth seeing if we can get in. Just to be thorough. As a side investigation. Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
The cobalt blue surface feels...
Can I help you? Another thing. Great. Oh, yes, that door. Sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely...
Fine, okay. A little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering. So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. Yes?
The man ponders. He looks up at you. Then, shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door. There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below, as you breathe in, the odor comes over you. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run. And
they do after 7 days.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is... The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to delicate and fragile. They feel alien to the... These are clearly not boots. They're armor. Possibly.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots. Ceramic plate, zirconium dioxide, under the heel. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is what... No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirts we found to get...
Nice. That makes sense.
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre. The Mazda. The best...
Fucking talking about...
Clearly, Kuno would like to interject something here, but there's not enough for him to hold on to.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too... For a full set, about 4 years of...
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot. That's for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms. I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can...
A small bell-like sound fills the air.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic...
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials. Like if trees were made of porcelain, This is what their cross-sections, the smooth, glossy surface, fractures into ever more intricate. The whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination. E50, 100, 1000.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it far.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you put...
Stop!
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal! What's wrong with you, asshole?
I don't know, baby. I don't know why he's such a...
Officer, if I may ask, what were you trying to achieve by putting on the deceased foot?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos and extremities. The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged poly. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying...
Airlifting. I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them. The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves. The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing? Then you should ask me the first moment we get. I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on...
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver had an intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin.
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great century.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice.
So am I.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed.
A Trigger Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices.
Shit, Kuno! What the...
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick...
In case we need it. Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around. Sure, just don't lose it.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute, and his eyes are milky white and blind to the world. But dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
I'm gone. Into the wild, in the past. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. Go ahead. What do you mean? It's the power of you, man. Go ahead. Ask because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Coming right up. Copperoonie, Rooney. This is getting upbeat now. Love did me in, Provocopo. It was sure, Lobo. Looking at my face, motionless. Looking into my eyes. Standing here. I am all you have.
Ладно, это...
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento.
As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right...
The monster comes back into focus. An explosion of color, coursing with...
So, what do you think? Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports her hanging. Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death. I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
A pool of blood and feces.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of...
The fuck he say?
Talking about shit.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling...
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Of course. Fuck no. You're no Rooney. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. You might be onto something there. Because you have. Do I remind you?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
No, not quite. Be fair now. You sure I got out of that one? Coppellini, come back later.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material. Someone else? You mean like the police? Someone already did. You know who came? We did. Because we have made... I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast. I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
Climb up there and saw the branch? There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Блин, я не знаю.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pigs!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
Where? Ah, yes, I see.
Yeah, now we're talking.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Silence. With his elbow shut and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's test position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenement.
God damn it.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he? Kuno's sorry too.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Блин, может, для меня попробовать.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead. I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have...
This is the sorriest pair of pigs.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer! Take it and shoot you...
The cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno?
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss. Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what...
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, the slow movement of the branch in the wind, and your...
Look, he's crying! You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Повезло.
The buckle explodes into tiny pieces. With your hand numb from the recoil, you look at the body, looking straight at you, helpless, trapped within itself. Then the rigor in his muscles gives up, and he smashes sideways into the spring mud, letting out a horrid stench.
By being a damn good shot. Ace is high.
The Ace is High, a custom invented by the aerostatic brigades during the revolution, is used. The lieutenant takes a little hop to perform the customary set.
I knew these guys were
We will perform a field autopsy and determine the cause of death. But before... Excuse me. It looks like I feel like taking a break from the stench. I'm sorry to interrupt the jubilations here. Just a little breather before we do the autopsy. In the meantime, we should try to interview Evrard Clare, the leader of the Union. Harbor property was clearly used in the hanging. The harbor just east of here. Getting in might prove a challenge, though. Or we could ask around for the representative of the logistics company. My initial information says the Wild Pines have sent some sort of
You could ask the gardener for directions.
Yes. And those were the interviewees. Let's go.
Блин, до конца вечера уже там... Уж не знаю, что отвечать. Что ставить. Что нарушение включить? вообще не помню. Наверное, ключ сохранился. Интересно. Ладно, все, пока. Добро пожаловать в Ревошель. Спасибо. Психотрон.